I chose to do my presentation on Khan Academy. I chose this because it is a great area for a teacher to use in their classroom. Khan Academy is basically a place where you can go to do practice exercises, instructional videos, and a personalized learning dashboard. It really helps kids realize how well they can do when learning at their own pace. So you can tie it into your classroom. You can even do a whole school district can sign up on another partner program they have called Clever. So I will show you how to sign in and get going. It's a little bit of a process because you need to log in first. You need to start an account. So as you can see, you can start learning. Just go in and start learning. You can sign up as a teacher or sign up as a parent. I actually signed up as both. So I'll put in my info. As you go in, it's going to take you right to your dashboard. This really you can use as learning. That's why I love it so much. So I can go in and do certain things. I think it's really cool. They teach coding and everything on here. So I can go in and learn stuff like that. You can go to art, applying to college. It teaches you how to do all of that. But to specifically use it as a teaching resource, you would go sign up, do your page. You can do your own little thing here. And then you can go to your profile. And this brings you to basically your main page, and it shows you badges you've earned and all that stuff. If you go into progress, you can see skills you've mastered. So this is basically your own page if you've done your own stuff. And you can even test out certain things so you can see what your kids would like to do. When you go to learning home, that's the same page you are. So I had actually just tested out some of that addition and subtraction stuff so that you resume where you left off. If you want to go to your students page, you go to your students. This page really kind of like lets you set up a classroom. So I just set up 2 classrooms just for fun. I set up a math and a science classroom. The math, you can manage your class and add kids. This, add new students from here. You can add them by email or without email, so you can create accounts for them in the classroom for younger kids who don't have emails. They can set up class names and passwords throughout here. So I actually did that for my own children so you could get an idea of what I was doing. So I set up 2 accounts for my kids, and they can sign in and go on this page and see what kind of medals they've earned and what badges they've earned. Then also they can have a coach. So currently they haven't done anything yet. So there's no progress or anything listed, but you can have different coaches. So currently I'm his only coach, but say his classroom uses that, his teacher can sign him up under her to be a coach. And then that would mean both of us would be coaches. So I would actually be able to see his progress as well as the teacher, which is really cool for parents to be able to be involved also. And you really get an idea of where kids are, which also shows you in my classroom. You can kind of see, so up here, this is your main dashboard. So this is where you build your classrooms. Obviously, I don't have anybody logged in yet, but then you go to managing your students. That's where you set up all their settings. Student progress, I don't have any right now. So this would show basically a graph and a percentage of where kids are in each mission. And missions are really just assignments, like fun little things for them to do. They call them missions to make it more fun. And it can show you how far they are in certain areas. This is just where they are within each skill. And you can even click this struggling button. And this, I obviously don't have anybody in here right now, but this shows you who's struggling in your classroom, which is awesome for when you're in the work and you know who needs more work and who doesn't. There's certain things you could do. I think for me, I thought of an assignment that I could do, which was teaching on the solar system. So if I chose to do teaching on the solar system, you can even go up here. And you can search for whatever you want, videos, skills. subjects. There's awesome up here. You can click science and you can either click on cosmology and astronomy. That would take you to different topics, community questions, which is a place for you to ask questions, and other people ask questions, and you can kind of see what they've asked and then people answer them. So it's not only great for your classroom, you can kind of get an idea from other people what questions they have. If you had the same question, you can look and find something like that. And then also, what I also think is amazing and would help when you're doing an assignment, say I'm doing an assignment on space, you can go into the partner content. So Khan Academy has partnered with all of these institutions, and they give a little of information to the site. So obviously for this, you would go to NASA, and NASA, you can click on mission control. So this gives you an exploration over everything. So this is their main site. They have videos. You can click play. And it's really just showing you the integration between Khan Academy and NASA.
I'm Kim Lichtenberg, and I'm a scientist and engineer who works on NASA's Mars rover missions. My dad, Byron Lichtenberg, is an engineer and former astronaut who flew on the space shuttle twice.
And as you can see, if you scroll down, there's questions with this video. And then people will answer them. Even people that have done the videos will answer them in from Khan Academy. If you go back, that's the main site. So you can go measuring the universe, which is the assignment that I would have them the size of the moon and the distance from the planets. So this is really cool. You can, in this, there's different assignments or different missions. So you can go to each of these, click on them, and it gives you a lesson on the different things you clicked on. So this would be a great thing to do for research for kids, for different projects. They could research things throughout this site, and you will be able to see everything that they have done. So not only are you able to confirm the research they've done, you can see the progress they've made. It really is a place to learn at your own pace, especially for like the kids who struggle in math. You can do these little assignments. So as I said earlier, I did an early math mission. So let's say I continue that. It'll open up this window. So it's going to warm me up and see where I'm at. So which two choices describe the number of circles? I would say probably 3 plus 3. That would be my answer. And you can check. See, not correct. So it's kind of cool because you can go to the next question and do all of this. Now, say you click, I haven't learned this yet. It would go you to another question. You can do, I'd like a hint. And then there's also awesome things for when you're opening them and doing the mission videos. Say you're stuck, you can watch a video on how to get out of that question.
Let's think about what 7 plus 6 is, and I encourage you to pause this video and think about it on your own. So I'm assuming you've given a go at it, so let's think about it.
This is really great. Like, think about kids when they're stuck and they need a little help, they can go in and get a little lesson during class. A great idea would be to do, have your kids spend 30 minutes a day on missions. So they can do math missions, science missions, kind of whatever mission you think they would need to do to keep up. For older kids, they have test prep. So you can test your SATs and take a practice test, which is amazing. You can learn computer programming, all of that stuff. And even as a teacher, you can go in and make your own projects. So you can do all of these things. So before you do this, you can even learn programming and to learn how to program your own projects through Khan Academy. So you could set these up and do your own projects. That would be a great resource to have in class. So there is Khan Academy. It's an amazing resource for teachers to use. And I think if you used it with other teachers throughout your school, everyone could have all these different ideas and come up with lessons together. It's really an amazing tool.